I'll say you bring up a pretty good point with Overpass being the first map of the series. It's a map we've only seen Big play 3 times in the past 3 months, and they only won 1 of those. So obviously not a massive map for Big, but I do see potential of Big shutting this one down 2-0.
Yeah, always possible for sure. And I mean, starting off here on the T side of Overpass, they've gone ahead and just rushed straight towards B. Where at the moment, the Movistar Riders have decided to actually just play for the retake. They have 4 players around Connector and mid right now. They had actually got aggressive early on, hoping to maybe catch that aggression. If not, it does at least give them the chance to go for this quick rotation down, get the short control, maybe try and battle towards Monster as well. Just have a few different angles to try and make that retake happen from a flash, a kit. That's what they have in terms of utility. But look at this, Tizian had been left all the way back in spawn, and they did not expect that. In the meantime, Tabson and Sirison also beginning the frag. Alex pulls one back for Movistar Riders, but not before he gets dinked down to just 1 HP. So Lowell is going to have to get a lot done now, as he's the last man left standing. The kit's being dropped, the bomb's already ticking away, and there's not much that he can do about this. Finds 1 more frag at least, but obviously not going to amount to anything else. He does end up going down to the bomb, as does... They do realize, of course, the door being blown off, I believe it was, towards Connector means they do have to be a little bit more cautious of this area. I was gonna say not a bad start for them, just being able to find this map control, but Alex, he spams true, did see a little bit more as well as he jumps up for the peak and actually finds Tizian, who steps right back into the spam just as it begins. It seemed like the player in the background being Tabson may have been the next victim if that spam was to come in again.
Awkward jump. It's a good kill from Keto though, trying to bring this one back. Does find the frag on Steel, shut him down. E-Star still sitting up towards the A-bomb side. That's a good frag from him, trying to catch the one out towards the long position as well. Serson posted up though with an AWP of his own. He catches the frag, gets the return. Alex in a good position, and the timer is running low. There's no more time to work with here for Serson. He's forced to fall back, does manage to get another trade before he's...
With that, it instantly makes Movistar Riders realize that, of course, they couldn't have really taken any control up to this point, so Steel actually gets quite aggressive. Issue is, he is alone, only as a UMP. Once he takes the fight as well, if he's not able to come out on top of all the kills, he is likely going to go down before he can escape, of course, and unfortunately doesn't even manage to get 1 frag.
5-on-4 situation again, Big getting the opening frag for this round, but Mopus does answer back. A good frag on to Santeris. Drops him out. Santeris was the only aggressor close towards the B bomb side, close towards the long position. It's Alex though. Only one, he's one and done. Quickly traded out Easter. He pushes forward through the smoke and catches a double. Very important stuff. The bomb gets dropped out towards long as well. That means it's only gonna be on Titian. I guess it's getting a bit late here. Losing the ability to speak. Titian slowly but surely moving closer towards the bomb site, but he doesn't check the corner.
Just because they were being cautious, obviously, of that aggression around mid from Movistar Riders, so without really much coming of it, they do eventually just begin to back off, group up over towards Monster, and it's going to be a straight up B hit. Movistar Riders, they should have a decent idea. There's 2 players already here. There's one up in heaven as well. There's a quick flank that can come down to the connector, and I was gonna say, let's see how it goes. Unfortunately, Tabson and Tizian are just opening up the bomb site with ease. Tabson actually finds himself 3, doesn't take any damage at all, and leaves it all now onto Lowell. As I pointed out, there was one player trying to flank down through connector. Lowell just left on short on his own now, in behind the sandbags. He's being checked as well. He has no idea. And Santar is just like, oh, hey, They're really loving this B bomb site. Definitely where they're favoring towards. Again, splitting up in the beginning of the round, but putting most of that presence outside of Monster. Having just one player to hold off that connector rotate, make sure no one can get down into B-War. And of course, also one player then holding for that bit aggression. But Movistar Riders, they don't really try and actually aggress further in connector. Instead, they go for a little boost up on the steps. It gives them the vision into that the little window in connector and allows for them to actually take a great advantage. E-Star are going to be able to find one on mid with the op as well. Unfortunately, Sirison coming in from the playground is able to return it, but it's still, of course, the 1-man advantage for Movistar Riders, so they can kind of slow things down a little bit now. They don't have to keep this aggression up.
Good start to the round for Movistar Riders, though, and they are on sort of their last straw in terms of economy. Used all their money to buy up into this round, so if Big picks up this one, could be trouble in paradise for Movistar Riders. haven't really reached paradise yet. On the train there. Flight, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like if there was paradise, you wouldn't have to take public transport. But right now, Big in towards B. Okay, as I said, this is definitely where they've been favoring, mostly late in the round, of course. And right now, they've traded it again, successfully down to the 2 versus 2. Unfortunately, Sirison trying to take the fight there towards the spawn. Seeing if he could cross back over and retrieve the bomb, which at the moment is dropped in towards short. That's what has really made things difficult here. There's only 10 seconds left now for Tizzy, and he has to deal with the player on Monster as well as in the CT spawn. It's impossible at this point, even if he wanted to try and just stick the bomb plant to steal it, have an instant kill. He does realize that, gets the op for himself, backs off towards short, and...
But now, they have a pretty good setup up towards the A-bomb side, especially considering that Big Clan are setting up with a couple of players in this position. The timing is absolutely brilliant here. The flashbang, the teamwork is there. Tapson gets taken down. Xantares is going to be pushing forward. The flash actually hits him, and that gives away a bit of a sound cue. He needs to be careful because there is a player very close by. Xantares finds the first, quickly traded out. User takes care of one, but Alex on the bomb side. And the bomb gets dropped. That's the time they're running low. Steel shuts down the final player, Keto. Bit of aim punch if any shots are fired towards him is what I'm trying to say.
A big issue in the op as well as the limited early on, because you can't really face off against those nades, but obviously the rifles can do so. Tabson just runs straight through that playground smoke right there. That's a nice counter, I guess, to the attempt by Movistar Riders to take the control.
Very early rotation, but now actually his teammates getting caught sort of in limbo. They try to rotate back closer towards the B bomb site. They hear the nades and flashes, shots going in towards the A bomb site, and realizing one of us should definitely stick by. Lowell, more than likely just gonna try and hold on to the weapon here. Mopus could set up for a potential exit frag. Again, he's on an SMG.
Complain too much of it is the MP9, just so they can save a little bit of money elsewhere. Because overall, they are gonna have a pretty strong investment with those.
This is a different
Alex.
I hope so.
You can't take Twitch seriously ever. Oh, hang on. Easter got an opening kill. Sirison clearly tried to refrag it, but Keto must have stepped in front of it. I did not catch it from his perspective as we were on Easter, but I mean, right now that may have cost Big the round. Either way, Easter himself having picked up 2, but it certainly makes it a little bit easier, leaving it in the 4-on-2 at this point, which is Xantares and Sirison to try and recover. And I mean, if you could have any 2 players from Big, you definitely don't complain about Xantares and Sirison. Maybe you'd want Tabson still alive by how well he's been playing. But let's see. I mean, they can definitely still fight into this round. Eastar is very low on health, but he still hits the shot on Sirison.
Wow. Easter, massive triple. As you said, incredibly low on HP. Xantares, not a whole lot to do with this one. Good timing on the peak here from Alex as well.
They're back down to 0 loss bonus, so if they do lose this round, they only get 1,400 going into the next meeting, and of course they wouldn't have enough to buy. So there is a chance still for Big with the economy being so fragile, and right now, again, going back to favor and over towards B. They managed to creep a couple players forward. Easter finds one of them, but unfortunately not expecting Sirison to already be up so close as well on the op, so he falls, so does the bomb site. As the bomb will get planted now on the 4-on-4. There was actually a 3-man stack over towards Graffiti. The Molotov don't really stop them from being able to even try anything.
Beautiful. Fast aggression from Big over towards the B bomb site. 3 players over here by Graffiti. Tishan has a pretty good idea about it. Good reaction to Mopus pushing out. Still 2 players in that same position. Still 1 player trying to get out of heaven. These 2 players, they need to get out of dodge quickly because the bomb is ticking down. They don't want to get caught too close to it and potentially die. They will be able to hold on. Remainder of this half doesn't run away from them.
That's the thing. Apologies. I was going to say if they give up any more, then Movistar Riders really are in trouble. Despite this being their map choice, it's just looking so good for Big, especially Sirison. Walks onto B, finds 3 shots in a row, and will eventually go down to Eastar, who is back in Graffiti, but he's only able to get a single frag himself before he is returned on. Keto ensures that the bomb site indeed is going to be taken over by Big.
Keto.
Yeah, I don't think he quite got fortunate enough with the timing of that jump to spot the players, but as you said, good timing with the smoke going down either way. And now it is Alex actually getting aggressive through connector. He's already gone ahead and got himself up behind the ladder. Oh my god, Xantares turns around at the perfect time. His crosshair is just immediately on the head of Alex as he comes up the stairs. Gonna be able to get himself a second as well on E-Star. As the scout that you were mentioning, the accuracy unfortunately is not enough when you're being overwhelmed. And Big Clan. But yeah, we have gone ahead and actually kicked off the second half. So for now, we can, of course, focus back on the matchup. And as I pointed out, Movistar Riders, this is a very important pistol round. And they're going to have a pretty similar approach to what we've seen from Big Clan. Just rush straight over towards B if Inutility is being thrown down. But Big Clan, they have defenders here to actually try and put in a defense on this B bomb site. And so far, I was going to say not doing a terrible job. Unfortunately, the trades do begin to swing back in favor of Movistar Riders, leaving just Sirison now. Bomb, of course, yet to be planted, meaning he does have some time to work with, but outnumbered 3-1, and unfortunately not connecting the shots as he gets the chance on towards Alex.
They're now going to be setting up for the double boost peak. It's actually a triple boost. What is going on?
Yeah, sadly didn't work for Keto, though. Chose a little bit of an inopportune time, I would say, to start running there. If he kept walking, maybe he could have caught that first player, and at that point perhaps even backed away and tried to keep the 5-on-3, but still a 4-on-3 at this point, favouring Big Clan. Of course, they see that there is at least a couple players trying to push up through short. Xantares deals with the first of them after Sirison was able to get the initial tag. He's now posted up on long, where you do see Lowell popping into the crosshair. That's a shot that he's not going to miss.
It's a very important round there for Big Clan. Movistar Riders, an important round ahead of them for this one. Titian, he catches the first. Tapson with one as well, getting the double. Oh no, Lowell and Easter answering back immediately after. Lowell takes a good chunk of damage in the process. He's down to just 10 HP. Still switching over to the SG-553. The bomb has been dropped on the bomb site, but look at the positioning here from Keto and Sirison. Both of them out towards the short B positioning. Bomb eventually going to get planted by Easter. Good frag from Sirison. It's going to be all on Easter, but if there's anyone that can do it, it's probably him. He's got the AWP, and we know how incredibly strong he is with it. Know how incredibly quick he is on his flicks. Finds the first onto Keto, looking for the second as well. He knows he's out towards short. Easter, brilliant triple for the round, and a clutch in the 1-on-2 with an AWP.
Peeked into mid early and not spotted anyone at all moving forward. I think they do have an idea that it's likely going to be towards B. Unfortunately, holding those nades, they weren't watching for the initial short push. Tizian and Tapson, though, going to be able to combine with one each. The flash is going down as well to try and delay this monster push as much as possible. And it's the smokes also making it very difficult for them to see any of these players on the CT side, giving some time for them to retrieve those weapons that they dropped. And for now, it is the 4-on-3 favouring Big.
Defensive smoke there, and a nice peek up from heaven without going down. Sirison gets the information that they're still close by. It means that Keto can now rotate back towards the A-bomb site and help out Sirison potentially up in heaven. 4-on-3 situation here, but Sirison and Tapson have both taken a lot of damage. It's going to be up to Titian and Keto to try and bring this one back in the favor of Big Clan, or further in the favor of Big Clan perhaps. Movistar Rider still with a bit of utility are going to set up for the potential execute in towards this A-bomb, or B-bomb side, excuse me, but Sirison still answering back. Beautiful headshot onto Easter. Nice shots coming through from Alex as well, answering back himself. Lines them up for the double spray down. Alex with a quad kill. That was a 1-on-4 clutch.
It's been those important rounds, really, that has allowed for them now to start actually building this lead up, and I think Big, they might be hitting themselves a little bit about that.
They should, honestly. That clutch there from Alex. A few mistakes from Big Clan in that one. Lining up, obviously, doesn't help them out. Titian, a bit of a mistake here, not watching the angle. Instead, watching an angle that his teammate was already covering. Tapson does answer back. Xantares and Sirison as well. Xantares, excuse me, still close towards this B-bomb site. Alex finally shutting him down, but he needs another massive clutch. He needs the triple kill in this one to clutch it out. Secure another round on the board for Movistar Riders. He spots his opponent up towards the high ground. Sirison inches way forward. Through the smoke he goes. Connects onto Alex. It is a map Movistar Riders need to take the victory on. Keto. This is a good position. Finds the first. Not a great amount of trigger discipline in that one, but probably for the better. He does take care of one. Cerson with one of his own. Takes a lot of damage in the process, down to just 10 HP. In the meantime, the rest of Movistar Riders, well, two of them at the very least, setting up for the aggression in towards the B bomb site. Missed opportunity here for Lowell. Gonna try and find it the second time around, but will he Mopus to find a double as he swings back around towards the short position. Cerson still answering back though with that AWP. 2 on 2. Bomb getting planted over towards the B bomb site once again. Much like Big Clan, Movistar Riders favoring the B bomb site, at least at this point. Cerson inching his way forward. He does have help from Santeras right behind him. Smoke on sidewalk allows him to push a little bit further. What a shot from Cerson. Great reaction onto Lowell. Mopus pushing up. He finds the first, gets the second as well. Mopus with a quad kill now. Double up, excuse me, is quite interesting here from Big. Cerson, he's been incredibly strong on his AWP. Tapson is now going to be wielding the secondary. Cerson still alive out towards the long position. Tapson does get taken down. Keto, beautiful stuff here on the double. And it's now going to be all on Easter trying to bring this one back. Does find the first. Again, needs the clutch to make this happen. But not going to happen this time around. Keto with the triple for the round.
Right now, Movistar Riders, they buy what they can. It's a couple SMGs, mostly pistols then. And it looks like they are, as always, just going to favor run over towards B. This has been the preferable bomb site for both of these teams on the D side. Right now, it's actually not going as bad as it could for Movistar Riders. They were able to find pretty successful trades initially, and with Lowell also dropping Tabson, they have brought themselves right back into this round, at least enough to get the bomb plant. Although, as I say that, Easter just taps the bomb. They want to see if they can push forward and see about finding another frag potentially, and with that, even go up towards A if they realize that, of course, CT is clear, which it is. Quick rotate from Saracen, though, realizing that this is a possibility. Actually going towards long. I don't think they'll expect that.
Yeah, Saracen in this position could secure the victory in this round here for Big Clan. He does find the first on Lowell. Easter, though, still alive with his AWP. I'll try for a different approach, and actually still just going to be pushing up towards the A bomb site. Definitely the right decision for him. Does get the bomb plant. It's planted for CT though, and he's going for a bit of aggression out towards long position. Cerson missing his opportunity. Easter dealing a good amount of damage on towards Cerson. Keto posted up. Spots out Easter. Won't be able to take him down just yet. Easter still trying to find the angle. Beautiful shot onto Cerson. He finds the double as well. Another clutch for Movistar Riders. Are you kidding me?
With that, of course, take themselves a 1-0 lead. This is the choice of Movistar Riders, so not too surprising. Inferno then, Mirage then coming up next is a map that I think should be another very close one, just because it is strong for both of these teams. And if we do make it to Inferno, again, one that I do expect to be exciting. But look at this right now. I actually didn't catch this. My auto director is apparently not working for me. Keto walked out mid and got two 1-deagles for him, two 1-deags for himself. Unfortunately, we are on different perspectives. Hopefully you guys did catch that one, but 5-on-3, he's happy enough to fall back. Doesn't get himself a weapon, but gets a good position at least for Big Clan to be in right now.
Keto still posted up with the Desert Eagle. Finds yet another. That's a triple now. He is going to be looking for even more. That's a quad kill. Keto almost getting the ace, but not quite. Mopus finally shutting him down, but the damage has been done. That's 13 now for Big Clan. They're not done yet.
Counter-terrorists win.
And Movistar Riders setting up for an explosive execute. Didn't really work out for them the last time around. That was down towards the B bomb site. Now trying their luck towards A, setting up for the utility in towards the bomb site. do have a decent amount of players here. 3 players, and they're all up towards the long position, at least close by. And say bye-bye to this round, Movistar Riders. Because Serson catches a double, Santeras with a double of his own. It's going to be all on Easter. He does manage to catch one, but Keto finally shutting him down.
Yeah, and Movistar Riders right now just taking this quite slow, but they do have pretty much all their players around the B side of the map, just leaving one to hold for mid-aggression in case anyone pushed up towards Fountain. But as we can see, the full focus being on towards this B bomb site pretty much. Smoke goes over. It is aggressive in the monster station. Still be given room to go forward. As I say that though, the peek does come in from Tabson. Not initially with a flash, but there will be one following up to try and actually slow the follow-up push from the D side, and it works perfectly. Saracen peeks in, gets himself the second as well, eventually goes down, but he's allowed for Big to keep themselves in a good spot with that 3-on-2. And also Easter has been dinked up, making things that little bit harder.
Yeah, at the very least, Movistar Riders still have bomb control. They're using that bomb control to potentially rotate back towards the A bomb site. Need to be somewhat quick about it. 30 seconds left on the clock, which is why they start running rather than just shift walking all the way up towards the bomb site. Keto, though, very strong positioning here. They're not checking it at all. Keto is going to be lining up them both, shutting them both down. Easter and Alex falls, and Big Clan takes the victory in the first round of OT.
Yeah, and we seen a good few overtimes actually yesterday. I think we had one game that may have been a double overtime, and then one that was in the finale. It has Steele actually transfers over for that second kill. I didn't realize Tabson was blind. I kind of figured at that point that he should at least be able to get that trade back. Instead, no, this B-bomb site has been heavily weakened. Fortunately, Xantares alongside Tizian were still alive to try and hold this one down. Tizian gets one. It's Xantares who finds himself a quick double. They bring it back to the 2 versus 2 as it kind of does calm down a little bit here. Movistar Riders waiting to see if anyone from Big Clan's going to show themselves. Maybe trying to make them doubt themselves as well, but that up barrel has been spotted for Easter. He's in a lot of trouble. The only thing is, if Xantares goes forward to try and get that, the player from short is watching for it.
Nice flick.
But in the end, Easter himself peeks out, and as you said, hits the flick to get himself the frag, tags the player in heaven as well. Unfortunately, will go down as he got kind of caught in the open right there. But makes things relatively easy for Alex. One bullet is all he needs to connect to the body here, Aikido, to finish him off.
Should be able to get that done. Actually missing the timing slightly here. That could have turned ugly. Good opportunity for Keto to potentially find something here. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I was going to say if he could get those 2 players on mid, give them that extra angle to kind of hold this off and have the flank just being something in the back of the minds of Movistar Riders, that could have been huge. But he did go down. Saracen fortunately able to pull one back, but they also expect that connector flank that's coming in from Xantares. May not expect for Tizian to also be following it up, so indeed he is able to catch one from short. Actually drops Lowell with that, dropping the bomb and delaying that going down for the moment, keeping it in the 2-on-2, giving a bit of time also for Saracen to come back in through long. Posted up now on the bomb site as Easter, of course, the one that planted, has the up, beginning to fade away, and actually hits the shot while falling back.
Lowell and Mopus, sole defenders currently over towards the B-bomb side. Good peek coming through from Mopus though. Nice little double spray down, but missing the gun as he tries to switch it over. Serson does answer back with that AWP, finds the second as well onto Steel. Pushing up closer towards the bomb site, going for the plant now. 3-on-2 situation as Easter does answer back, but Serson, he's not done yet. Catching a triple. Gonna be looking for even more than that. It's him and Santeras up against Lowell and Alex to try and see if Big can clutch this one out and increase their chances here on the first map. If the round goes in favor of Movistar Riders, they will at the very least secure themselves for double overtime. Serson, the flashbang coming through that allows him to go for the peak. That's a good one. He's now on the quad kill. Gonna be looking for the A's. Alex does have a kit, does give him a bit of extra time, but he doesn't have a lot to play with. And indeed, Big picks it up with a massive ace from Serson. Flashbang smokes raining in. The rest of smoke keeping them at bay for just a bit. Mopus, the timing is pretty good. And again, he catches the first couple of frags here. In the meantime, Big are moving up on short. Are pushing in closer towards the bomb side. Alex, good kill onto Santeras. Mopus, he's not done yet. Keto does manage to find one.
It does seem like they are mostly just going to begin to fall back, but Alex is still up close on the corner right now. This is dangerous on his own. Double peak comes in. He almost managed to line them up to actually find the double for himself, but just ends up going down without really being able to do too much. Saracen ends up finding himself a kill on E-Star as well, and suddenly it's a 5-on-3.
In a good position as well. He hasn't had a lot of luck in this game, but does manage to find the one on Mopus. If he messed up that one as well, that would have been pretty bad, honestly. Sesson, he just hits every single shot. Every time he sees an inch of his opponent, let's have a chance of finding Tizian. Will do that. Actually, good reaction here from Lowell. He hears the step at the very end of it. Spots the player on the bomb side, trying to change up his position now. Bomb getting planted on the safe side of it. Lowell, calm down, buddy. Brilliant triple already. He's going to be looking for the final frag onto Santeris as well. Could we potentially see another clutch to close this one out? Or will Santeris be able to shut it down and bring it into double OT? Santeris does eventually finish off the round, but that was way too close. Lowell, Movistar Riders with the double up setup. It's Easter and Alex, both on the AWP. Serson, we've seen him with this aggression before. This time around, he doesn't get as lucky as he was. Well, probably not lucky last time around, but he doesn't catch anything this one.
For the moment, that doesn't seem like it's going to be the plan. 3 players waiting on this B-bomb site as Big will begin to execute in. Flashes leading the way, and actually Lowell was completely blind, as was Mopo's. Alex trapped on the pillar with players coming in on both sides, but only the AWP. There wasn't a lot that he could do. And unfortunately, he didn't even manage to find one. It's eventually Easter that does return, but it's still a 3-on-2 here for Big as the bomb goes down. And as I say that, Santeris claims another frag. Keto finds a flying Easter out of heaven.
Big Clan again, most presence down towards the B bomb side. It is what's been working the most for them here on their T side. Going for that B aggression. What's actually what was working the most for Movistar Riders on their T side as well. Taps, and that's an important kill on Easter. Easter sitting in front of the smoke.
So it is those 3 players straight up on the B bomb site, meaning Alex, ideally, he maybe gets 1 kill, tries to stay alive, and just sets them up for the retake at that point. It's going to be difficult. Smoke onto B to try and sell a bit of a fake. Tizian still down here, drops in a Molotov. And with that aggression there from Lowell, I think he should realize that there's no one else around B water here, but still, either way, Tizian gets the kill. It's just the 1 player immediately on the bomb site, although there has been a rotation up through the steps as well to try and give some help. Steele unfortunately goes down without finding anything, and Saracen manages to burn Alex alive in towards Bank, so it's all on Mopos now.
Not as bad on the T side as on the CT side. But yeah, Mopos
taken down low. Only has the Deagle at the moment. So the rifles are in the hands of the high health players, and one going right towards Connector is not the worst of deals from Movistar Riders, but it's still a good spot. Just because of how low 2 of their players are, and because of course they are lacking the weapons. A 4-on-4 in general favors the D side, and when you look at the circumstances here, it is of course even more so the case. Keto on mid though doesn't want to fall and give any opportunities back to Movistar Riders, so he does not stick around for that fight right there.
If everything else fails, go back to what you know works out. Big resulting to fall back to a B execute once again, but the setup here for Movistar Riders is absolutely amazing. They got 3 players here already. Steel is on the rotation, closer towards the bomb side as well. Santeris, massive double, but Lowell, he answers back with a double of his own. He's still going to be looking for more, a bit jittery in his aim, but finds the frag onto Keto as well. It's all uncertain. We've seen him clutch situations like this before, but Lowell,
these guys just agreed on it. Nobody messing, of course, but yeah, no, this has been insane so far, and I'm excited to see how the next maps go as well once this one does eventually end, which it will. We just don't know who in favor of, because Movistar Riders, despite being down by a round right now, they have managed to go ahead and kick off this opening T round for themselves with a quick frag. It's the op again that comes through for them in the hands of Easter, finding the kill towards middle, and also the aggression in towards B water being shut down for Tabson. Suddenly that B bomb site has been heavily weakened. It's only a single player to hold it. They gambled with 2 up towards A. Tizian trying to peek in towards Monster to see if he can catch the timing perhaps, but he's only able to get 1. Xantar is coming in from heaven, also going to be taken out, and now it's all on TO. 1-on-4. We haven't seen too many big clutches from the individual players. The big, it's been more so Movistar Riders that were getting some like 1-on-3s and such. So I was going to say this could be a good time for Keto.
So even if they do go low on money, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be over. Very interesting stack here on short. We actually have 3 players initially over on that short position. They do find the refrag onto taps in the trade, but I don't think they have any idea that Titian is here. Titian catching one, but unfortunate misjump. Quickly traded out. Serson gets taken down by Lowell on the other bomb site. This is a good position to be in for this potential clutch. I think he just peeked. Oh, Alex. Such a good reaction. Santeras. His head is ripped clean off. Keto now a big clutch ahead of him. He clutched it out in regulation. Now he needs to do it again. Does deal a bit of damage onto Alex. Keeps him low. Out of play for now. He's still posted up in a good position. Keto pushing up closer towards the bomb side. He does obviously have the kit. He's got the smoke as well, but the smoke getting thrown down to the bomb. It is going to be Lowell creeping up from short, shutting down Keto, making it 21-20. Has had a couple of high impact kills though, so at the very least he's got that going for him. Serson needs to come up big with the scout up on that A bomb site. Movistar Riders are setting up for the execute.
The Molotov, at least on the bomb site, kind of delaying the bomb plant, gives a bit of time for the rest of the league to actually start rotating up here, but Smoke's also being down, doesn't really let them do a lot about the bomb as it is beginning to get planted. Nice little try there by Keto, tried to get aggressive around that smoke, see if he can manage to stop it. He goes down after the majority of Big Clan so far now, leaving it all on Xantares, trying to come into the truck. He will be spotted by Mopos, who is wrapping around the bomb site already. And especially after losing that previous map, it might be a little bit demoralizing. But we're into the action now. I'm excited for this one. I don't know if it's going to be another double OT game, but I do expect it to be close. And already, we do have the first blood coming in. It's the aggression in ramp from Alex.
I mean, it makes pretty good sense, especially on a map where the rotation time can be a little bit rough, to have one kit on either of the 2 bomb sites, which is the case for them. But now, Big, as you mentioned, bringing it back closer towards the A-bomb side. Are going to be pushing in towards the bomb side here. Still having a few issues connecting the shots, but finally getting the job done. And Alex, nice couple of frags on towards the bomb side. It's going to be Easter with the final one on Serson. They're level from that first map. There is definitely potential for them to make this one up. A fairly quick 2-0. A lot of damage dealt early on with that nade though.
Unfortunately, it obviously doesn't stop Xantares from being able to fire back a little bit. I wouldn't mind still if they were to give that Krieg maybe to Tabson instead of Keto. Even though, of course, he doesn't have the Kevlar. I was going to say it can still be useful. But it doesn't matter because Keto himself is continuing to step up. He finds a quick double frag. We will eventually see a bit being pulled back by Movistar Riders as they continue trying to challenge around mid. Unfortunately, it actually was the 2 healthy players that they were able to take down, leaving the 3 players now that, of course, were damaged by that nade in the beginning of the round. So it is certainly still recoverable despite the man disadvantage.
Good force buy coming through from Big with very good weaponry as well. Keto, a nice double. Santeras with one on the Desert Eagle. Easter and Lowell. Both on FAMAS, and they don't have a kit in play, so they need to try and see if they can deny the bomb plant here. They won't be able to do that, actually. Oh, that's a good kill from Easter. Almost connecting on the second as well, but not quite in time. Serson will shut him down with the scout. It's going to be all on Lowell. Does find a kit, so that gives him a bit of extra time to work with. He is still put under pressure. Needs to push his way forward rather quickly. Good spot on to Serson. Shuts him down. Santeras is very low on HP. Does have the scout and the Desert Eagle. Lowell pushing closer towards the bomb side. Lowell with a clutch. Is there anything more iconic at this point here for Movistars in this matchup?
But he ends up going down. Movistar Riders clinched around with just 1 alive. But obviously with the bomb plant being found, Big Clan, they had pretty decent money. They know that they've, of course, kept the economy extremely low for Movistar Riders. And coming into this round, they actually do end up having a pretty similar buy to their opponents, at least in terms of the firepower. They find an equal trade on mid. They do damage onto Alex in the meantime as well. And this is a really good start into another force buy here for Big.
Now they're more than likely going to be checking the angle here for Steel because it's been so long and no one was close by. but they actually don't check in initially. Keto and Tapson trades him out and finds the frag on Mopus as well. It's now back to 2-on-2. Lowell and Alex up against Tapson and Keto.
Yeah, importantly though, getting the bomb planted, it was a favorable position just a few moments ago, perhaps for Movistar Riders, but you can no longer debate that. Having to come in for the retake is not an easy task. They do have the defuse kit. It was in the hands there, of course, of Steel, or of Lowell rather, as he gets dropped. Can be retrieved by Alex, but he's already tagged up heavily, and with 2 to find, it's a very difficult retake, which they should be, but there's always opportunity, obviously, for the weapons to seal away. But if they do, then they're up against an Eco Big, able to get themselves into a little bit of a lead at that point. But Eastar, this man has been incredible in the series as well. I mean, Saracen may be outshining him just a little bit, but you can't forget some of the rounds that this dude has had with the Op and even now the Scout as well.
Just set up for it. This is such a good smoke. If you don't know what that smoke does, it doesn't allow them to get the vision in towards apartments from short. Such an interesting smoke, and due to it blowing off out towards the short position, allows them to get in towards the site very cleanly. No one from that short position though. They do manage to get the frags Titian a set that he needed to step up here on Mirage. That is one way of doing it. Very good reactional shot. Alex as well. Beautiful headshot onto Serson, shuts him down. But it's still a 2-on-1 situation, and with Tapson shutting down Alex. As you pointed out, not the ideal buy for Easter. But we have seen him before on a glass cannon. We know what he's capable of doing with this AWP. Easter, with that glass cannon, gonna go for the peak. It's actually Alex who goes for the peak first and gets taken down by Serson. And now indeed, aggression coming through closer towards the B bomb site. We do have rotation from Easter already on towards the B bomb site himself. Lowell is still waiting on A. He's not buying this one. He thinks it might be a fake, but obviously we can see that's not quite the case. Easter needs to come up big for this one. Especially now as Mopus gets taken down. Easter finds one, but he's one and done, quickly traded out. And Lowell should be considering just holding on to his M4. 4 players between him and around on the board.
I think it took him a while to find 5 kills back on that previous map. We had Saracen obviously stepping up. Connector itself, I mean, there's no one watching it too much. It's Easter posted on the short peak, I believe, with the up. But as soon as that ramp contact is taken, he has to go ahead and shift his focus. And that is when Tabson decides he wants to pop up through Connector. So it does work perfectly for him to at least get the trade. They bring it to the 3v3. They're able to get on towards the bomb site. And with the smokes down, we should see this bomb plant coming in uncontested. But this is a pretty common angle. So I'm a little bit afraid for Saracen. Fortunately, the upshot doesn't connect.
Very strong start on the T side. It's something we've seen them do in the past on this map.
And a Molotov towards the van, I believe, just about allowing for the player there to hide in the corner, so they may not actually expect Mopos to still be up closer. It potentially could catch them off guard, and indeed not going to be clearing the corner. They have no idea right now. Mopos only able to get one, unfortunately, so the frags so far still being pulled in favor of Big. But as I say that, Eastar comes back with one. Bit of damage as well from that Molotov towards Xantars, but unfortunately wasn't able to get the kill nor stop the bomb plant. So it is going to come down to this 3-on-3 retake now, and for the moment it seems like they're going to be waiting just that little bit for Lowell to go ahead and rotate intro apps and get himself into position.
And this time around, even though it is a similar situation as the last round, it is a 3-on-3. They don't go for the save, and that's obviously because they know they need to find some rounds on the board. With Lowell going down and the timer going lower and lower, they have to fall back to relative safety, try and see if they can salvage anything from the round. And Easter made a pretty good point there. The money is already absolutely insane for Big Clan, but if you have to find a silver lining, it is that at the very least, Movistar Riders in that previous round managed to deal a tiny amount of damage. Not that it's super noticeable, obviously. But look how much the money dropped due to all players having to reinvest into this one. I'm not saying that they're in trouble at all by any means, Because they're definitely not. If the Movistar Riders manage to deal more damage, and it seems like they're already doing so in this round, could quickly go in their favor. Doesn't take too many rounds to hurt this economy. And this is definitely the right way to do it. Titian needs to step up for this round. He needs to find a quad kill in total. Nade tolls out towards Steel, deals a bit of damage. Catches him down to roughly 70. Titian. Smart move on the smoke here. Molly over towards the connector area as well. That forces Lowell to go on the aggression. Titian realizes that the player in towards ladder room faded away. Easter already posted up in a good position with the AWP and catching.
That's not going to be easy right now, though. Pretty aggressive on these early plays. Alex going down into the underpass. He also has players helping him around mid, thankfully, and with Easter there posted above the connector smoke, he will be able to find Tabson, who was actually trying to find that retreat through the underpass. So good work early on. I like this from Movistar Riders, switching it up just a little bit. Despite Saracen being able to get one trade eventually for Big, he also goes down. Now leaving it on to Keto and Tizian. And as they're over towards B, they do just decide to commit in. There's one player up close on the balcony, which unfortunately will not be cleared initially. Mopus has been doing a really good job on B so far. Have normally been able to get at least 1 or 2 kills, and
now we only have one player actually going for the aggression over towards the B bomb side. It is going to be A for the entire aggression coming through here from Big. They realize immediately Movistar Riders though, and Taps in good positioning out towards middle, catching one, gets the second as well. It's all on Mopus. He has gotten one over towards the B bomb site, and he needs to find a little bit more, and that's not going to happen. Sersen shuts him down. Sersen, he's posted up in a good position. Fast aggression with that AWP, catching the first kill. Keto with the second. And that's the A bomb site open. Right for the taking. We'll have one player out towards middle. That's going to be Alex. Gonna try and see if he can get something done here. Does find the first petition up towards middle. Trades him out immediately after. Steel and Mopus, 2-on-4 situation. Steel does answer back, taking 2 down. Okay. And 1-shot potential on both of these players. They've both taken damage, and we're on M4s for the remainder of the Movistar Riders side of it. That's another good kill from Steel. Flashbang. Oh, the nade toss though, that's gonna do the trick. Titian with a bit of a Kobe to finish off the round.
And with that commit towards B, and let's see what this does, because as I said, with a bit of a B stack coming in, they are hoping to actually try and pull some of these players off before they commit.
Bomb still dropped up towards apartments, the back end of it, as Movistar Riders decide to go for the aggression initially through connector, and now try to wrap around back towards the B bomb side. Certain good reaction to the push up on short, connects onto Easter, and now Movistar Riders' idea of this kind of a weird ring around the rosy play for the round here. The idea is sort of falling apart now, as it is going to be all on Lowell in a 1-on-4 situation. Santaros will eventually shut him down. We're going to be a bit delayed into that game, and we can't hold on to the players. They'll be starting the game without us. But fear not, we will be jumping straight into it as soon as we have the chance to. Yeah, first frag. Go ahead,
with the current scoreline, I was going to say 3 maps pretty likely here, so I think there is a good chance that we may unfortunately miss a bit of that game. I would imagine there will be a different stream covering it if we can't. But right now, Movistar Riders in this opening gun run, not doing too bad. They got that initial advantage and extended there as well, as they were pushing up through short. It is what they need. Now if they can have some other players step up, they'll be in a good spot to try and actually close this out. And Xantars manages to find himself 1 kill there. Alex getting a little bit saved by the fact that Lowell went in front of him, blocked a few of those bullets.
Up towards top of connector as well. That indicates potential a split to B. Seems to be the case as well. They are moving up short, and they do still have a player in B apartments. That's going to be Mopus. Player behind that smoke, right behind it actually, it's Titian. As you said, he's been stepping up massively compared to his start on Overpass. Good reaction from Mopus though, takes him down. Easter goes out to Taps and brings him back to 3-on-3, still equal grounds, but not for long. Steel answers back with 1 onto Taps, and it's now going to be Keto and Cersen on the rotation back towards the B bomb site. Keto needs to come up big. That's a good first. Looking for the second. Not going to be able to find it. It's all uncertain with that AWP. He had a strong showing on the first map. Can he continue that here on the second? He needs to clutch this one out, but the timing on Steel is absolutely fantastic. Is that Shadow, or is it on top of the...
Under now. Was on top initially, okay. But... Yeah, I mean, Killstar coming in. You see that player boosted, the window going down over towards the B apartments as well. A bit of aggression from Sirison works out to find out that it was only one player around that area, and now they are prepared for that A push once it begins to come in. And unfortunately, so far, Movistar Riders, I was going to say, yet to find a single frag. Easter does find one just before I begun to speak those words, though, so he quickly shuts me up. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow for them really to do anything else with the round because they no longer have the time. 2 weapons being saved, that's it. 14 over the big.
They toss out through that smoking connector. Doesn't quite land. Doesn't really do much damage. Movistar Riders going for the split over towards the B bomb site once again. Titian catching the first. He is going to be looking for a little bit more. Through the smoke. Steel connects on Titian. Very important kill. Sirson gets taken down by Alex as well. Going to be all on Tapson and Keto. And again, not a massive amount of money here for Big.
Big shout out to Steel. But thankfully, it was actually Tabson who survives over here, because otherwise he wouldn't really have had enough to actually reinvest here into this round. So
don't leave this game because it's not over yet, is what I'm trying to say. But if you want to catch the start of that game, keep it up on a separate tab. Tapson through the smoke. Pretty lucky shot, perhaps, but finds the frag regardless. Steel, again, you pointed out he's been catching a good amount of very important kills here for Movistar Riders. Finds yet another, but this time around traded out immediately after. Decent amount of damage dealt towards Sirson and Keto. Keto does get taken down, but damage dealt to Alex. He's still trying for the plant and through the box. Almost going down here. It goes down to 50. Forced to fall back to relative safety, but Sirson scoped in towards that angle. Alex left alone. What is he supposed to do in a 1-on-3? Tries to for the peak from short, excuse me. And that's not going to happen either. 3 players surviving, Big Clan. 15 to 11.
Then one more round potentially afterwards could break the economy a big and give them the opportunity to bring it back to that overtime. So let's see what the plan is. All of them, or rather 3 of the players over towards Palace, 1 player down on ramp, and they're actually just going to play off of the contact. Burst it out and seeing if they can actually catch Big off guard. And it doesn't go too bad initially. Actually being able to trade out 2 for 2, catching 1 up close around the bomb site itself and then 1 in towards Sandwich. But they have been slowed down, and that's the bomb now dropped down, I believe. Yeah, Steel actually able to retrieve it. He should be able to get this planted in the smoke. Could be a little bit awkward with the spams coming in, but just about manages to get it down. Unfortunately, not allowed to live afterwards. He will be traded on, but it's Easter, a man who is so important back on Overpass. Can he fight right now to keep his team alive alongside Alex? Fortunately, the bomb is at least planted for them. Peeks out, realizes there's no one on it yet. But now the smoke's gone down on top of it, making things a little bit more difficult. So Easter, he decides he wants to try and take this fight aggressively, and it does not work out. Habsen and Xanter is finding 1 each to close out the map. It's going to be 16-11 for Big. A nice try at the comeback, you do have to say, from Movistar Riders on the T side there. Three of these players without Kevlar up against the Glocks, aim punch could of course be a big issue.
Yeah, it's not a massive issue on the T side if you leave out the Kevlar. On the CT side, it could be a big problem, and we do see that for Alex as he gets aim punched immediately and gets taken down without a fight pretty much. Not a ton of damage dealt from the utility usage there either. He goes down with actually a lot of utility still remaining in his pockets. Mopus does manage to find 1 quick trade coming his way from Sirson though. On top, it's Easter. Catches a double headshot. It's all on Xanteris and Titian. Titian gonna go for the aggression. That's a good kill from him. But he's left alone in a 1-on-3. Turns it into a 1-on-2, but still gonna be up against both Steel and Lowell. Steel, fairly strong game on that previous map. Titian still up against Lowell, and Lowell very healthy. As soon as we find a winner for this one, we're going to be jumping straight into that matchup. You can find the information on that by going over to our HLTV. Mopus is going to find the first rack for the round here as he takes care of Tapson. Very important kill, especially considering that we do have a couple of SMGs in play here for Movistar Riders, but Mopus switching over to the SG553 gets a strong frag onto Santaris. Serson does answer back, but the damage has been done. Bomb will get planted here for Big Clan over towards the B bomb site. Look at the positioning here from Titian down towards CT spawn. Could be a big problem for Movistar Riders. He is right behind two players. Will be able to find the frag on Easter. Lowell does answer back with Serson on towards the top of Banana. 3 on 2. Titian goes down towards CT. It's now going to be all on Keto, and he falls to Lowell as well. Lowell with a double. We do have a kit in play here for Steel, so bomb will get defused. Movistar Riders picking up the first gun round. Goes down to roughly 50. Nade in the opposite direction deals even more damage, actually, as it hits 2 players. But yet another nade. This is something that Inferno is known for. Nade damage over towards Banana. It is going to be easier with that AWP over towards the A side of it. Lowell connecting here on Titian. It's going to be all on Tapson and Serson. Already a 2-on-5 situation. Definitely not the start the Big Clan we're hoping for here. Tapson, he's got an inkling that there might be a player over towards Graveyard. But seeing as that player didn't peek initially, he might have forgotten about it. Lowell does eventually take him down, and it is going to be all on Serson. Left alone, 1 on 5, does find the first, but still many more to find, and it's not going to happen. Now they're on the brink of defeat. Obviously very early days here on Inferno, but it's definitely not the start they were hoping for. Now gonna go for a bit of a min buy once again. Try for very fast aggression up towards middle with a couple of players, but they both get shut down pretty much immediately. Alex already gone for the rotation due to Mopus pushed out down towards bottom of middle from Banana. Mopus connecting on Titian. It's going to be all on Santaris, looking like it might be another clean round on the board here for Movistar Riders. Of stacking up the cash. Santaris gets spotted out. A bit of an issue here for Movistar Riders. They don't have any players over towards the B bomb site currently. Santaris does manage to find one. Picks up a Galil. Could potentially find another because we do have one player being very low on HP. That's Steel. Oh, Santaris. Nice transfer. Finds them both. Still 20 seconds left on the clock. He's going to back off close towards the A bomb site now. Could potentially find a bomb plant here as well. That will give them extra money to work with, but Alex posted up in a good position. Oh, Santaris makes his way through and will be able to get the bomb down. Actually, very well done by Santaris. Not only getting the triple kill, also getting the bomb plant. Giving them so much more money to work with than they would have had otherwise. And dealing so much economic damage towards Movistar Riders. Santaris creeping forward. They line up for him! Santaris with a 1-on-5 clutch, an ace clutch on an eco? Are you joking?
The op available though for Easter here on the CT side. We see Movistar Riders with a couple players looking to try and take that banana control, or at least restrict it from Big, with the Molotov and smoke down towards the bottom. With that now Big focusing around the A side of the map. Easter finds that initial frag on Mid, actually re-peeks in for the no-scope. And the first shot, of course, was a collateral as well. Refaces. They have indeed been able to get a few players up towards Banana. There's a couple also trying to work around the apartments. Now that we do see Big Clan actually showing some presence, you see Movistar Riders, they want to try and fight for it. They threw the smoke and the Molotov over. Unfortunately, before that smoke bloomed, Keo was able to get vision and pick himself up a kill.
Does answer back here with one of his own. Lowell and Mopus just lurking through that smoke over towards the B bomb side, or over towards top of Banana at the very least. Serson finally shutting him down, but he needs a triple for this clutch to happen and for another round to go in the favor of Big. It's looking very nice, very solid thus far for Movistar Riders. Big Clan on the brink of defeat. Obviously, still early days here on the final map, but we gotta remember this is the third of the series, and Steel just waiting for the shot to line up his.
Very little signs of life here on the T side. A reminder, the only round they picked up so far was an ace clutch for Santaris, and that is not something that you can rely on consistently. And again, fighting for that banana control early on. This time they will end up losing out the exchanges down into a 4-on-3 and likely a 4-on-2 if Steel can make this aggression work around the apartments. Finds the kill, drops the smoke on the Molotov so he can fade away. And they should be able to retain this advantage pretty easily. And Tabson's actually 4 health with the bomb up close in the smoke right now. Dropped straight to Lowell.
What a massive game this has been. Very, very similar to the third game of the day last night, actually. As Movistar Riders are trying to shut this one down in very strong fashion here on Inferno.
I mean, I was on the other side of you where I said that Movistar Riders could win this series, and even then I didn't expect to see such a dominant coming in. Easter, I was a bit worried from there because of that second player. Did at least manage to find Tabson back on the bridge before going down, so bomb now being retrieved by Keto. He's back on second mid. I think he's just going to go back around the ramp with this, so from the looks of what's going on right now, they may not commit straight towards A with this, but as they get the kill on Lowell, that may influence them to do so. You can see already the rotation has been called for, though, from Movistar Riders. 2 players coming in through the CT spawn, and the smoke goes down towards the arch at least. They should be able to block off the vision there for one of those being Alex. Another smoke on Library, and right now looking much, much better in this round for Big Clan. They may finally be able to add a second onto the scoreboard. As I said, at the timing for Alex, trying to come out through the arch. Fortunately, Sirison was watching for it. And then Godsent are, just after taking the first map against OG, 16-3.
It's alright, you can tell me to shut up at any moment. That's how much I love you, Deep.
I just wanted to get that in there before the action kicked off.
I get you. Big do manage to catch the first frag for this round. Serson taking care of Easter, winning that AWP dual Keto. That's a very important kill onto Mopus. Does take a good chunk of damage in the process. We do still have another player close by. That's Alex. As he peeks out, he does take care of Keto. Nate toss in the opposite direction. Alex is going to try and peek a little bit further forward. Throws down another molly, but as he tries to back off, Tapson shuts him down. 4-on-2 now. Big Clan starting to show signs of life, but you got to be asking yourself, is this maybe a bit too little, maybe a bit too late? Not looking amazing, that's for sure. If they manage to pick up the final couple of rounds here to make it 10-5, it wouldn't be the end of the world for them, honestly. Now the bomb getting planted in towards the B bomb site. Steel and Low probably just gonna hold on to their weapons.
I also ideally would like to see them continue on with some convincing rounds here towards the end of the round, just so that they can start getting their own confidence rolling.
Haven't even gone through the first half yet. That helps out again. Serson once more finding the first frag, the opener. Once again going in the favor of Big. I mean, if it pays off, if Big actually decides to make a move over towards the B-bomb site, this could be massive. Now they actually push down Banana. Could find the flank, and indeed they do. That's the bomb as well. Alex taking care of 2 players. Easter with the AWP, he catches one. Bomb has been dropped with 25 seconds left on the clock. Steel with one on Keto. This is falling apart completely here for Big. Massive moves from Movistar Riders. Steel with the final frag for the round as well. It's him with the double.
And again, good teamwork here between the players of Movistar Riders. Steel was just chilling in Boiler. He calls for the flash then and he swings out on mid with it. Did find Cirrus, and unfortunately they do end up losing one player in return, but not before again they can call for that flash to be thrown, this time over towards Banana. It allows for the peak. It gets another frag in their favor.
Big once again trying to make things happen up towards top of Banana. That's a good nade towards Alex, who's boosted up. They know that smoke came from the construction portion of it. If you look at the minimap, we can see that Tishian is actually going for the rotation through CT. That's an important kill fairly early here for Mopus as well. And that's the bomb over at Pool. Tishian and Tapson to try and clutch this one out. It's a 2-on-4 situation. We have seen massive clutches thus far, but now it's going to be all on Tapson. And a beautiful double peek from Mopus and the player in CT. They don't have to. We can set up a viewing party for them or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, you're right. Obviously, it's like there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. They want to make it to the minor. They want to make it to the major circuit. Now with the flashbang out towards middle here from Titian, that allows for a peek towards middle. Nade, not going to do a whole lot of damage. Tapson does take a bit in return. Now with the smokes, the mollies setting up in towards that B bomb site. Only 2 defenders initially. 2 rotating quickly from that A bomb site back towards B. Nice shot from Keto and Tapson as well. Keto yet another. Finally going to get taken down by Mopus. Oh! Mopus through the smoke. Getting a bit lucky there. Cerson, he does connect on to Steel. It's going to be all on Mopus. 1-on-2 situation. He needs the quad kill to clutch this one out. He does have that USP. We've seen him put it to good use already. He's falling back to relative safety over at top of Banana. He knows that both players are fairly close by in towards construction. Missing his opportunity initially. Down to just 10 HP. He's going to try and see if he can clutch this one out. He needs some massive headshots. That's not going to happen. Cerson finally shutting him down. No kitten play, but it's not needed. I feel embarrassed. Either way, 12-4, big picking up the pistol, very important for Titian. Almost catching the second there. He actually gets the dink right before he dies. Even though he's fully blinded, dealing a lot of damage. Steel and Alex very low on HP. Easter does manage to take care of Santaris, and this is looking very good for Movistar. This is a force buy. They might actually convert it into a force buy victory. Lowell getting off the bomb for now, and it's going to be all on Keto. His position is known up towards Graveyard, tapping away long distances. It's going to be Steel to shut him down. Movistar Riders
having that one opportunity, or if they were to force, they should be forced until the game was either over or else until they won one, and so far they haven't really been successful with it. Absent able to get one there as the push is coming in over towards B. Already the rotations as well have come true. Xanthers, and then I was gonna say Sirison in towards the CT spot, but canceling that rotation for now, sending them back, because it does seem like Movistar Riders are happy enough to slow things down.
Deciding to fall back, see if they can find an opening towards the A bomb site now. Hoping that they potentially drew a bit of attention towards the B bomb site. Lowell taking care of Cerson. That makes it incredibly tough here. Titian with a flashbang. He's going to be running through this smoke. That's going to cost him his life. And now it's all on Santaris and Keto. Remind you, Santaris did already have a 1-on-5 clutch ace. But for him to do it again doesn't just seem unlikely. It seems impossible. He's going to be pushing forward. Does manage to find the first here. Needs a lot more. Not going to get the second. It's Keto left alone. He falls as well. And there you have it. Movistar Riders with an insane